How's practice today, Gary?
Today, practice was awesome. We got a lot of great work in. It's a little bit humid out there, but it's definitely a different atmosphere with Coach Traylor's practices. We get out there, get our work in, and with Coach Roberts, he's there every step of the way. So we're able to work on the things that we need, that we talk about in film, and apply those on the field. So I'm actually seeing a lot of progress that I didn't necessarily even know I needed to make. So we're really breaking it down, and spring's the time to do that. So.
What's it been like for you getting settled back in here, coming back to UTSA?
It's been incredible. I'm home. I mean, there's nothing else I can really compare or say about it. But everybody's been incredibly welcoming. I mean, when I remember walking in the first day, and everybody was so excited, and it was like I was back with all my brothers, and I haven't felt that in a while. So. That's awesome.
I imagine there's a lot of new as well, given this building where you guys are practicing and how much the roster's changed. You recognize a lot of things, or it's a lot to get adjusted to?
I've done pretty well at adjusting. I've had a lot of change in the last few years, so the new was all good. There was nothing negative about that. So all the new was just a positive, and things that the UTSA was missing and it were on the up. It's a great place.
Coach said you guys have been getting a lot of those game-winning field goal kind of situations to close out practice. What does that do for you? What are those moments like?
It puts me in a situation where I can have pressure because all my peers, all my teammates, they're around me, talking in my ear, saying some crazy things, and I have to, put myself in that bubble, block it all out, and it kind of mimics the crowd noise of a game winner, so that whenever that situation arises, I've done it. I think he said 9-10 times now. He's been picking on me a little bit. He said we usually change it up for punt, but every day it's been game-winning field goal. But it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
I don't know if all these are fit for the public's ears, but can you share something that a teammate might yell at you in that situation, or what kind of stuff you're hearing?
Yeah, I don't know if it's fit for the public's ear, but they'll throw some shots in about my mama, talking about girls and brothers, sisters, and anything they can think of to get in your head and really get to you. They'll do it, but it's cool because you see other teams do those situations, but nobody pours into the specialists and nobody's bought in like it is here. So everybody cares enough to say all those things and be loud and be right on top of you and get us that game rep. So that's very, very special.
Jared, you mentioned UTSA being home. What was the biggest factor in deciding to come back?
The biggest factor in deciding to come back, closest to my family again. I think that was a big one, but not just my immediate family, but my friends that are here. Some of the older guys, they still live around. But aside from that, I was exposed to the culture that Coach Traylor set at Arkansas. I know he spoke that he got to see me there, but I got to see what I was getting. And I know that he's very transparent. He's a very real guy, and it's a culture and atmosphere that I want to be a part of and play for. I think my only regret is that I'm not an 18-year-old freshman. I only have one year left, but I'm doing everything I can to make the most of it.
What would you say about your overall journey and then just getting to this point to maybe a younger guy and who was in a similar position as you were?
Yeah, continue to, if I'm giving advice to a younger guy, continue to find purpose. Even if you feel like you've made it or you feel like you're at the top of your game, there's always something that you can do better. You can be a better teammate, a better leader. It's not all about on the field. So I think I've really grown as an individual in being able to pour into the room and do what I can to take those experiences and benefit others.
It seems to amaze me that for the full history of this still young program compared to everybody else, that year after year, UTSA has arguably the best specialists in the country. I mean, it's amazing to me. Do you have any perspective on that, or why you think that is? I mean, I think about all the kickers and the punters that have been here, phenomenal.
We talk a lot about culture, but I think early on, culture was set. So there's an expectation that's passed down through every single specialist that's here. And so as a freshman, you look up to the older guys. And so once you get that core group in there where you have a really good group that works hard, they know the mental side of things, they know the physical side of things, because at times it is more than just kicking a ball. There's a lot that goes into it, and to be able to implement that maturity into the group for the young guys I believe is why we continue to have success and great specialists.
How does it feel for you to be the number one kicker on a team again, where presumably you're going to be, the guy that the group looks to through the year?
That's certainly what I hope for. I'm nothing's a shoe-in right now. I'm still competing every single day, so I don't even want to say that the spot's mine. But in my mind, I'm competing against myself and making sure that every rep is a new rep, and I'm winning the day each day.
Was it a challenge for you, or what was the mentality like the last few years to only have a few opportunities to make some kicks in games?
Yeah, at times it was a challenge more mentally than anything, because I was the guy for my first 2 years. I had to kind of like I spoke, learn how to be a teammate, encourage others, and bring a sense of selflessness to my game. But I think that's really why I'm here and why I got this opportunity to finish it out the right way.
What was it that led you to want to transfer out of UTSA initially? What went into that decision a few years back?
Yeah, I just always wanted to play for a big school, and I built a resume to where I was able to, and I just felt that I wanted to have an opportunity to grow. I wouldn't say it was the wrong or right choice. It's where I was at that time, but as far as any regrets, I don't necessarily have any, because it's grown. It's made me grow into the man I am today, and it's taught me a lot of lessons that I think I needed.
Can you take us through those last couple of years? What led to the jump from Arkansas to USF?
So from Arkansas to USF, I initially was going to be on scholarship in the spring, but since there was a coaching change towards the end of that first year there in my season, I wasn't going to be on scholarship in the spring, and I decided to follow my special teams coach, Coach DePrado, to USF. And so I was able to, then COVID hit, so we had the year of COVID. From there, I just kind of enjoyed my time, grew, worked, and gave it my all every single day, and controlled the things that I could.
Do you think you value this opportunity now more or differently, just because of some of those challenges that you faced?
Oh, absolutely. I kind of get on to some kids, because you can become very narrow-minded and spoiled in a situation that the grass is always greener, and you don't necessarily know what's waiting for you, and in your mind you can build it up to be something that's so special and so important, and that would be so much better. But when you get there, it's not always that way.
Thank you, Jeremy.